I'm sure you have quite a lot to say. If you look at the headlines on the news this morning, you must have heard Governor Fubara reacts to resignation of Rivers lawmaker Edison Ehie. Teachers in Rivers State speak of their 2024 expectations in the education sector. Very important. The APC also responds to critics of President Tinubu's New Year Day broadcast. Well, interesting headlines there. Let's go to the phone lines quickly and hear from you. Don't forget to join the conversation on social media. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On Twitter, X, it is Nigeria Info PH. You can also send in WhatsApp messages using the number 0809 030 6416. And on WhatsApp, this one says, I will not involve in any dirty fight, Governor Fubara. We now have a rebirth of Goodluck Jonathan in Governor Fubara, but this is not without a consequence on the people. The peace of Goodluck Jonathan gave birth to the former president and President Buhari, and the gross suffering that of Nigerians. And Anobi Kachikesi said that. Lorenzo Delight says the New Year message of the governor may not go well with those that were cashing out of their crisis, but we need peace, and that will enable governance. The resignation of Edison here is a strong step of implementing the peaceful resolution. Magnus Abe dumping SDP after his quest to become the governor of field is a normal thing in Nigerian politics. He is coming to reconcile with Tony Okocha. Well, let's wait and see if that is what would happen. And okay, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0003 are the numbers to call. This person says the governor keeps twisting the agreement between himself and the minister, the president of the nation, wading in on the matter. Should we continue to hear unpalatable tones each time the governor comes back from Abuja facing his people at the state? Where do you really want our loyalty to lie? Mr. K in Port Harcourt. Okay. Compliments of the season. Roundface says Governor Fubara reacts over Edison Ehie's resignation, saying that it's how far they can go to achieve peace in the state. I want to ask you that Edison's resignation is part of a peace signed by the governor and the FCT minister, or did Edison resign on his own? Roundface from Rumekini. Oh, that would be for Edison to tell us whether or not he resigned because of the purpose of peace, even though many would say that his resignation would result to some sort of calm politically in the state. Let's hear from Abinoye quickly before we go on the commercial. Abinoye is on the line. He's calling from Abua. Abinoye, good morning to you, and straight to the point, please.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
It's compliment of the season.
Yeah, I wish you same.
Yes, the governor said that the resignation of Edison here is for a sacrifice that is not too big for the state. But for those of us who are afar, looking at the scene, we are very suspicious because we know that any agreement that is reached by the doer or the former governor is very noxious to the health of the state. Because if you see an elephant near a dry stream, it means he has drunk the water. And so for us, we know that that agreement that was reached there will not go well for the state. Some people have argued that even the elders want to create, war in the state. But I know that where an elder sits and sees, even a very young person, even if he climbs a tree, will not see. All the same, I want to say that Edison here is hero, and he helped the situation. Otherwise, this conflict, the state of the state wouldn't have been known by us. Even Edison should have been...
Abinoye, thank you very much. I think your point already has been made. We have to go now because we have a commercial in the next couple of seconds. When we return, there's still more for us to talk about. Stay tuned.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.
Ifeimi Andrew. Let's get into some newspaper headlines now. Before we continue with the calls, on the Punch newspaper, a few headlines to take note of. Federal government insists on electricity subsidy amid tariff review. Tinubu New Year broadcast. APC defends federal government as Labour warns against failed promises. Both of those you would find in the Punch newspaper. Also, this one, Dangote Refinery gets another 1 million crude barrels. Now, where did they get these 1 million crude barrel from? Is it locally? Is it from international? Is it from other countries? Okay, so there it is. The 1 million barrel, it's the Bonny Light crude oil. It was supplied by the NNPC Limited. There we are. So I'm sure this was one area where a lot of people had plenty to say when the refinery was first built, because we're saying, so it we would supply Dangote Refinery, then supply the government refineries. That would mean the Port Harcourt Refinery and the Warri Refinery and the rest of them. Who would be supplying, doing all of these supplies? Dangote Refinery being owned privately should mean that it can source for crude from wherever and whoever and however it gets it. But what Nigerians should be really concerned about now would be that we have these refineries running so that the price for petrol would drop at least to a certain degree, because many still do not think, and I would be one of them who do not think, that it's still going to be as cheap as we have in mind, but it's going to be better than what it is now, at least. On the Vanguard, this one here on the Vanguard says, Plateau killings, group slam Kwas on why Nigerians can't bear arms. We find that on the Vanguard newspaper. Also, federal government reiterates support for local manufacturers. 59% of pregnant women in South zone consume alcohol. Study. That's also on the Vanguard newspaper. So you get all the details about that one. And this one is from Bayelsa State. Diri pledges more development in second term. All of those are on the Vanguard newspaper. 0817 923 0007. 0817 923 0007. You can also call 0817 923 0003. I'd like to apologize for my voice if I sound a bit off. It's a little bit under the weather for reasons I can't explain. I just feel a little bit under the weather, so please bear with me and the sound of my voice. Thank you. 0817 923 0007 and 0817 923 0003. So either of those numbers to get straight to us here in the studio. Meanwhile, on WhatsApp, more messages coming in, and this person says, Andrew, Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you too. The development of the state and provision of dividends of democracy should be overall interest of political actors. Enough of this goalless fight in the state. Dokbo Ajumogobia. It is not goalless. You might feel it's not for the interest of the people, but no fight politically is without a goal. Somebody is aiming to achieve something. That's why there's a fight in the first place. Now, the question would be, who is benefiting from the fight? That's the major thing. Harry from Ogwama. Harry, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go on.
And Happy New Year.
I wish you the same.
Yeah. I want to talk on Edison resignation and the governor New Year speech. It is so worrisome as a person. But what would one do when peace is being needed in a place? I want to believe that all the resolutions that have been gotten, our governor has proven to be like the former president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. He broke my heart because I supported him with tears when this humiliation started. But it's good. If this is the party I've chosen, we'll work with him. We are there with him. To Edison, he's an hero. His name will remain indelible in the annals of politics, especially in Rivers State. We love them. But they should know we are standing behind them. Whenever they need us, we will arise. If the fight will not stop from the other angle, we are very much ready to ignite that fight, if that will bring peace. Because there will be no peace without crisis. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you very much. Clinton is in Bori. Okay, let's go to Eche now. Lugard, good morning to you.
Yeah, Andrew.
Go on, Lugard.
Greetings from Eche to you.
Greetings.
Happy New Year.
Yep, wish you same.
I want to first of all use this medium to wish Happy New Year to management and staff of Nigeria Info, and also use this medium to wish my supporters all over the country it's Happy New Year. I want to apologize to some persons because during the course of my work, this media work, we have offended so many persons. I want to say the ones I've offended during the course of this work, they should please forgive me. The spirit of New Year. We are going to do better.
Lugard, you're aware that this is a newspaper review and you're supposed to react to headlines. If you want to apologize to all the people you have offended, you can do an announcement for that.
Yeah.
We don't have that time, so please.
I want to first of all say the resignation of Edison here. Well, for me, we are seeing it as a way of maybe attaining a higher level in the state based on the role he played by making sure that this democracy was not truncated. But I want to appeal to the governor of Rivers State to please be very careful with any action he is taking, because the one that will not be interest or will not be beneficial to Rivers people, he should think about it. And the one too that will be beneficial to Rivers people, he should also think about it. Because the people who first of all plan to impeach him have not relented, and they've moved over to APC, and up to today they have not returned back. So you should be very careful. Let me stop.
Thank you very much, Lugard. JJ from Rubibo, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Welcome, JJ. Go on.
Yes, Happy New Year to everybody listening and to you. The governor comment on or react on the resignation of Edison here, former Speaker Rivers Assembly. Andrew, the governor said he wants peace for the state because it is we that are living here, those that are here, that will lose at the end of the day if there is war. But there's something I observed, bro. I observed that the other people are not making any effort for this peace to come. I remember some few days ago, they went to Abuja and extended an order that was given to them. Meanwhile, part of the agreement is that everybody in court, please withdraw your cases. Osai, what did they do? The first one, they paid them their money and they were jubilating. They didn't remember any other thing anymore. Now, Edison, who was the speaker, have resigned to show that peace is ready to come. Yet they are not making any effort. That is where I'm afraid of. They too should make effort because fought for me, I fought for you. 9 dogs play the street now. They are not doing anything. So for me, I think River people should begin to watch out for these people who are not making effort for peace to come. It's not making any sense to me. And the governor has said, I will never be distracted because even in the midst of this crisis, he has done groundbreaking for 20,000 housing units. He has paid civil servant bonus and all those put together. That has never happened in Rivers State. I say kudos to the governor. And conclusively, Dangote, if you like, get 1 billion barrels. We need to see your product in the market. The production is incomplete until you get to the final consumer. So whether
all right, thank you very much. Let's go to Bori now. Leighton Barry is on the line. Good morning, Leighton Barry.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Yes, let me look at Magnus Abbey reconciled with Chief Tony Okocha, which is back to APC. I think this is one of the best package Magnus Abbey has given to me today, being the second day of 2024, because peace is priceless. And to make...
Hello.
I think having a permanent enemy can never give you a success in life. And the best decision he has taken, which has actually proven my expectation, which I have been mourning for a long time now. I want to say congratulations for his coming back, because APC is our home. This was all our effort to ensure that APC comes into River State. And lastly, Governor Singh react to Edison resignation. I want to say these are measures to ensure that peace continue in River State, and we will continue to support those who want peace in River State. Thank you.
Origi is calling from Ogbogu. Good morning.
The Labour Party and PDP criticizing the announcement of our president. Let us criticize with faction, with what is good. Not just one person is doing good now, but criticizing. Where we run Nigeria, the former president that served didn't give us any hope that yet we live with him up to the date. The president yesterday announcement, his broadcast was a very good one. He has given Nigeria hope. Let us criticize what is really criticism, not just when we just hear because it's our opponent to criticize. That is that. And our governor is a good governor. He does not require problem in his state. For the first time, as far as I'm concerned, a governor gave a money during December to his workers. All these jobless men that are not trying to be shown, let them forget about him and face the reality. Everything here resigning. What? If you don't know what it takes to be a leader, don't go and drive for leadership. If you don't have sheep, don't go and go to a meeting of the ram. If you don't get sheep, don't go for a ram meeting. Because the day they will say you have ram skin, you will not get where to get it. You can't borrow from somebody. And for me, I look at him as a loser because he's supposed to stay and fight for his own. He has disappointed his constituency. Thank you.
All right, Temple in the chair. Good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished film.
You're welcome, Temple. Fine, thank you. Go on.
Yes, sustain the spirit of the compliment of the season. I think I do want to say that the resignation of Edison here, for me, is indeed a good one. When we talk about the implementation of the Peace Park, I think this could be regarded as one. But in the person of the governor, who I know that is very committed, a very compassionate man, a man who have the interest of everybody, who, seeks and regards the opinion of everybody, we always do the needful in making sure that everything is being carried along. I know that this government, the River State government, can still accommodate everything here in whatsoever capacity. And I know that the governor, as a person, as one who is, committed, will not let anything here go like that. Not even the sacrifice he pays, because it's very much important. And they say, he who that, as far as we are concerned, that has paid his dues is worthy of his wage. But the very distinguished, if you hear me, Andrew, I think, looking at what Mr. Overcomer has said, the judiciary need to prioritize whatever judgment, injunctions, or whatever they are giving us from the court. Because it cannot continue to be as usual in this 2024. At least the judiciary cannot continue to be viewed, shopping mall that you can go at any point in time and get court injunctions and court orders, and they think you can, go just like that. Please, I'm appealing to them to do the needful to rekindle that hope from Nigeria.
All right, Temple, thank you very much. Don't forget the numbers to call are 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923-0003. On Facebook, Elder Chile says, greetings to you. It's quite unfortunate that Edison Eddie has resigned, and this has crumbled hope of the ordinary citizens of the state, except God will intervene, because the former governor has succeeded in conquering the people. Elder Ehianyi says the governor should look into education sector, employ more teachers. The classrooms are empty. Teachers are retiring every day. The governor should do something. I sent in this one from Omudioga. Another message on Facebook. Ma says, let's review our lives and activities individually and collectively with a view to improving and make resolutions and plans. Let's take stock and assets, our achievements and failures of the past, as well as set goals for the new year. Happy New Year. And then Tango Ability says, Mr. President's New Year's speech didn't set any time for any of the promises to take effect, telling Nigerians to cope with hunger, and he allocated 5 billion naira to build a guest house. Well, you could drop more comments on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. We would also be taking some of your comments on X in a matter of moments. First, let's get back to the phone lines. And Uche Ken is calling from Ichie. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Thank you. Compliment of the season.
I wish you the same.
Yes. Teachers' expectations. It got my attention this morning. Mainly the area they complained that they are lacking teachers in the class. Why many that are already there are retiring on daily basis? I believe the education sector should be something the government should look into and do something about it. Because when you go to some schools, mainly in Eche, where I came from, there are some schools that don't even have one teacher, one. Please, Governor, do something about it. Then Sasim reacted to the resignation of Edison, said it shows how far they can go or they have gone to achieve peace in the state. For me and my own opinion, I don't quite agree with that, because that wasn't part of the peace resolution. If you ask me, I would say Edison, according to what he wrote on his letter, he resigned on a personal ground, which Uche Ken alleged was because of the 8-point resolution agenda that might have made him ordinary member if they resume. And the area of the other people did not want this. I don't quite agree with that. Edison-led faction took them to court, asking INEC to declare their seat vacant. And they have not withdrawn that matter. They should go and withdraw the matter now, vacate it. That was why they went for an extension. I believe this is the simple truth.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton from Oyibo. Clinton, good morning. You're welcome.
Peace talk from the governor. Yes, he has said it, and we need peace in the state. And I feel every other person that in this crisis should also embrace peace. And I want to also use this medium. Please, the government should try and help us. We that I know people here. This fire has started again. Fire has started again. There is no way you will keep your window open. You wash your car. The next time you will see black suits on everything in your house. So, in as much as the governor wants us to please, we should please swing in this aspect as well, so that this whole thing will stop or will calm down, just as the former governor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Clinton from Oyibo. We now move to, we still have Alfred from MOA on the line and Clinton from Bori. Let's start with Alfred. Good morning, Alfred.
Good morning, Nancy.
Welcome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Andrew, the governor reacted to the resignation of Edison. I think the governor had always said it, that there is nothing that is too much to pay as sacrifice for peace. And that is the mind that the governor has took. And that is why he has ensured that Edison resign in course of peace, just to ensure there is peace in River State. But then, beat him. You recall what happened in Alu the other day, where they attacked those that said that they are friends to the governor, and so many others. Just last week too, they went to court seeking for an extension of the matter they have there. So this is to show that they are not ready for peace. Even at the 8-point resolution that is totally against the governor and the Rivers people, the governor has still maintained that he is ready to ensure all of that come to pass. Please, I am asking and begging them this morning to maintain peace, even as the governor has sued for peace. That's just my opinion.
All right, thank you very much, Alfred. Clinton in Bori, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
You're welcome, Clinton.
Yeah, quick one. I will start with the education sector of Rivers State, our expectation as teachers. It's really important that public education be taken seriously in Rivers State and by extension Nigeria. I think for me, public education is collapsing in Nigeria. If you go to some of the schools in the remote areas, mostly in Ogoni here, there's no one teacher. The environment is never in a good condition for learning. Classrooms are dedicated. Seats are not even there. Sometimes you don't even see any pupil because the school is not somewhere you can go. It's like a bush. And in some cases, there are teachers even taking money for these schools, and they are not coming to work. In some cases, too, teachers are not there to teach. So I think the government should prioritize the education sector in Rivers State because that is where we have the leaders coming from. Then, on the issue of Rivers State, NDCI resigning. The governor says he doesn't want to play dirty. Andrew, if you want to get the job done in Rivers State, you must fold your sleeves and get your hands dirty. A sheep cannot live among wolves. It must be a wolf to survive among wolves. The governor has said that he wants peace. Peace at the detriment of what? At the expense of what? The Constitution of Nigeria, again, is above any other human being. So if it's withdrawing, they are withdrawing their destiny, no problem. But Nigerians and Rivers people they have the right to take up the matter in court. Then finally, Senator Alman is going to be coming back to APC. It's a welcome development. Like he said yesterday morning, that his supporters left APC. They were in APC. He was the only one that went to the SDP to register. I, for one, I did not register in the SDP. So him coming back to APC is a good one. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get now over to Echere Okaka is on the line. Okaka, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Okaka. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to react to as the NUT teacher complaining there is no teachers in the school. That is very true. I'm a teacher and I teach in a school. Most of us in primary school session have suffered. You see 2 of us who teach from primary 1 to primary 6. And there are so many graduates in Rivers State. Why can't they engage them to come and teach? People are suffering in the state. Teaching private don't pay them anything. Why primary school owned by state government and secondary school, there are no teachers? Go around, you see only the head teacher, one teacher in the whole school. And they are happy about it because if they make the school there will not be pupils and the students, they will run back and go to their school. That is what they are doing. They don't want to repeat the government school. So as the top masses will not go to school there. They are making everything difficult that people will rush to their school. All of them, they have their private school that people go to. And that is why they don't want to take care of any school. Look at them. Teachers, they will tell you that the school is free. You go there, there's no marker to write on the board. It's we that will buy the marker. You do everything. But the governor, they will tell you that the education is free. You use their money to buy those things. You use their money to buy notes. It was not done like it during all the administration. You have to help the head teachers and the principals, keep them overhead. We are suffering so much. It's only now that this man came and promoted us. We will still for about 10 years, no promotion and all that. But they will go around and tell you that education is free in university. They can't help the teacher to do anything.
Okay.
You have so many graduates every day, coming out every year. Why not engage them? Are we going to them? They don't have people that will go around and supervise to know this at all. You go to school, you won't see one teacher there. You go to school, you see one teacher. Then they say they are government fighting about fighting and all that. Leave the important thing they talk about. Sometimes they talk about fighting this or fighting that. Why people are valuing property and people are they don't even comment on those ones. I listen every day, I don't want to talk, but this one is my profession. So I'm saying this thing. And the pay me so much to go around. It's only one teacher. Thank you. That's my.
Thank you, Kaka. Vincent in Chokocho. Oh, we lost that call. I think the call for our schools to be looked into, it's in the right direction. But the major concern is now that we are without a commissioner for education, what are the plans ahead of resumption? How are schools, permanent secretaries in those ministries, are they going to be given full? Ideally, one would expect that they are now in the position to handle issues in those ministries until a commissioner is appointed. But then again, in the setting of our Nigerian politics and how it goes, you also, when it's difficult to even get permanent secretaries to speak when there's no commissioner on issues in a ministry, we can imagine whether or not they even have, or they'll be given the powers to conduct certain activities while we await the appointment of a commissioner for education. And that goes for other ministries as well, not just for the Ministry of Education in Rivers State, but ministry is very important. Schools will resume next week. On X, at Smith Stephen 18770 says even Edison himself knows that the deputy governor and speaker cannot come from the same senatorial district. It was only acting. Okay. And Thank God Atuigbo1 says, as Bichi Tubo and Dumolulu Brig have withdrawn their petition against Fubara at the Supreme Court, Tony Cole should follow the footsteps of both of them for the interest of peace in the state. President Tinubu's New Year's speech is not encouraging. He should do something about the high cost of petrol. This is at skillful_Piro on X. On X, Justice Ori also says, Edison Ehia's resignation. People are just killing themselves over nothing, but I believe Edison will still be active in this administration. At Kamalu_Samuel says, it's time for governance. God bless Rivers State. We are united. And I'll take one more on X. Tony Anthony says, those who feel the governor is in charge should respect the decision of the governor to implement the 8-point agreement. And we'll just quickly take this call from Braid in Bugoma. Braid, straight to the point, please. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Efiem.
Welcome.
Dangote have received 1 million barrels again. Well, I think for me, what they are receiving, are they receiving it from Nigeria or from the foreign?
Yeah, this one was received from the NNPC. The NNPC Limited, perhaps they had bought it from the NNPC Limited. All the details are not there, but the NNPC Limited, it received 1 million barrels of crude from the NNPC Limited.
We want to see them working. They have received it. This is not the first one, as I understand. And up to this moment, Dangote promised by June last year. This is January 2024. And up to this moment, we have not seen Dangote refinery at the various fuel stations. So please, they should bring it out. They shouldn't audit, and it should be with Nigerian currency.
All right, Braid.
And also, Edison. For me,
we have to go for a commercial break. Unfortunately, we'll be back.
As the Christmas bells ring and joy begins to flow, in this season, Chivita juice is the